Welcome back to the podcast, and you're listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And of course, I got my co-host Tosh. Say hey.
What's up?
And then we have our guest Paul Sutherland. Say hey.
Hey, again.
I know, right? So we're gonna start off by you telling us a little bit about yourself and what do you do?
So, I do a few things, but I actually have a hair and skincare line. It's called Nature's Essentials. The website is naturesessentialoils.net. So I make most of my products. I have a hair and body oil. I have a couple body butters, black soap based shampoo. I sell African black soap, it comes from Ghana. And I sell black Jamaican castor oil. So I actually have somebody in Jamaica that makes it, sell it here. But that's pretty much it. And then other than that, I do technical training at different hospitals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're you said what you get from Ghana?
Black soap.
So you just have it imported over?
Well, there's a woman that is in Jacksonville that gets it from Ghana, and I get it from her.
Oh, nice.
My black soap and my shea butter that I use in my body bombs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm interested to know more about your, what would you call it, naturalista life, your natural life.
Yeah.
You embody
How did you get
what
started?
got you started?
Well, first off, before we can jump into that, 'cause I want to ask, where are you from? Let everybody know where
Yes.
you're from and your background and.
Well, I'm actually from New Jersey.
What part? What part?
Inglewood.
I'm from. All right. I'm from Patterson.
Okay.
Okay.
Now.
All right.
Jersey people.
Okay. Okay.
But my background is Jamaican.
Okay. I'm Jamaican too.
That's right. Book.
Okay. So go ahead.
So I was the first person in my family born here.
Okay.
So what led me into this?
Yeah, what led you into doing your business and being natural?
Well, being natural, there are a lot of chemicals and things that we're bombarded with on a regular basis in our daily lives, from the things that we use on our skin to the things that we eat, things we breathe in. And so I wanted to live as healthy a life as possible. It's not going to keep you from dying, but it will give you a better quality of life.
Right. Preserve you a little longer.
So with the water that I drink, I make sure that the water is pure as possible. The foods that I eat, same thing.
Yes. Your skin looks amazing.
Yes.
Just to
Yes.
say, like, by the way, your
Thanks.
skin looks amazing. So you have. I should get on my nerves, like
Sorry.
legitly. So you have some water here. So Tasha done messed me up telling me the man make his own water. I'm over here talking about
Everybody
the man.
knows you can't make
I
your
know,
own
I guess
water,
you can't make it, but
but
if
you
he
can
distill it. Y'all
distill
understand,
it
y'all
and clean
understand
your
what I'm
own water.
Okay, so he distills and cleans his water. So do you use the tap water or you use?
I use the tap water to do it because if I'm gonna distill the water anyway, it doesn't matter what kind of water I use. So go on.
So would you distill bottled water?
I could, yeah.
Do you or you drink
I
bottled?
don't.
Oh,
I just
okay.
distill the tap water.
Okay.
And that's it. Because the way the distiller works is that it boils the water, it goes up into a chamber. There's a fan on top of that, it cools the water. So it's basically just steam.
Right.
And then it comes down the other side pure.
Right.
So all of the minerals and things are separated from the water. Yeah.
Oh wow. I mean, this
Which is some of the water that we got right now, guys.
Pretty
So-
pure.
so
This
before you
distilled
guys-
water.
So this is some distilled water. Before you guys taste it, all right? Well, after you taste it, tell me
Okay,
how
wait.
it tastes to you.
Wait, don't taste it yet because I think I had a question about the distilled water. I forgot.
You can't remember, so just
I
drink
did.
Is it the fact that some people say that the distilled water leaches minerals from your body, right? Because it has no minerals whatsoever.
Nothing.
So it's similar to rainwater or the water content that you get from your fruits and vegetables, right? But if you're eating, fruits and vegetables, roots, whatever, that are high in vitamins and minerals, you're gonna get those anyway. So it's not like
So you're
missing
replacing
anything.
when you're eating the other stuff. with
Right.
what you-
This
So
is
does
really
it like does
clear,
it? Yeah,
like-
it is clear. Do you does it taste different than?
It might taste a little different to you. Not bad either. It tastes good.
Ready, Ty?
So you guys taste it.
Cheers.
Taste it and tell me how it tastes to you.
It tastes good.
It tastes like good fresh spring.
Yeah, it tastes good
spring
like
water.
fresh
It don't
yeah.
taste like nasty tap metal water.
And
It tastes
that,
really good.
At one point, that was nasty tap water.
What, the distilled water?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I was gonna ask.
Uh-huh.
Is distilled water considered? You know how people were like they came out with the filters and then you start filtering your water. Is that the same thing or is
It's
totally
different. It's different because with filtered water, you're filtering out some of the elements, but the water still has some of the chemicals in there, right?
Okay.
But with distilled water, it goes through a steam distillation process.
Right.
So it goes through the same water cycle as the water does on Earth.
Okay. Okay.
So it evaporates up and it comes back down.
I like how
Is
it
that
tastes.
expensive to purchase one of those?
It was this particular distiller was $2 something, but
But it's worth it than buying
So
bottled
yeah.
water,
Right.
guys. So you save money because I know I have to use bottled waters for everything.
yeah. So
You know,
I
I
brought.
gotta do my Callaway. I guess I don't need this no more.
So I brought my distiller over here from the kitchen,
Nice.
and this is what it looks like. Right. So the water comes out here and it goes into like a little glass jug. But I'm gonna have to get up and show you what inside of the distiller looks like
After you purify the
you
So this is
purify the
after
water.
the
After
water.
you distill the water, it leaves behind all of the minerals that are in the tap water. So,
So this is what's left behind.
This is left behind
This is what
after.
you're drinking probably in your water if you drink tap water.
Ugh.
This is why I do not cook with tap water. I use bottled water, guys, when I cook.
You cook with
I
the
cook with distilled water.
Yeah.
I keep like a couple gallons of the distilled
Distilled
water in
water.
glass jars,
Uh-huh.
and then when I'm ready to cook with it or whatever, I use that. I don't use the tap water.
So if there's ever a hurricane, you don't have to go crazy about buying bottled water.
No.
Get
So
you a distiller.
You see the stuff like rolling around in there?
That is crazy.
And it's like, it gets to the point where it ends up being like paper. You can like peel it off.
Wow.
So, see, it's like powdery,
That's crazy.
whatever. So in order to clean the distiller, I have to put in vinegar and salt,
To clean it.
and then let it turn on and let it boil,
Uh-huh.
and then it cleans it out and it becomes like this again.
Oh wow.
But this stuff, if you rub it, it won't even come off.
Let me see.
And that's
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 what
what's
we're
in the
drinking.
water.
And that's what's in your body.
And then you ingest all of that stuff. Yeah,
So you think you drink your water, what they say, how many glasses a day? You're drinking that crap.
drinking that stuff.
8 glasses a day.
Yeah.
I like the taste of it though.
It's just nice and
yeah, it's
fresh. Like
Fresh.
refreshing.
Yeah.
Would it be
Right.
considered the same? I don't know if you ever heard of what's that lake, that park in
What is-
Altamont?
Wakaiba?
Wakaiba Springs.
Yeah.
You see how would it be similar to? Because I heard that's pure rain.
Well, that one is Wakaiba Springs would have spring water in it because there's a bunch of minerals in the water from the rocks and stuff.
Oh.
So as the water flows over rocks and dirt and whatever, it picks up all the minerals from those things.
Okay.
And so that's how water becomes mineralized.
Okay.
And spring water is good to drink too. Spring
So
water
how is
very
it
good.
different from your distilled water that you buy in the store?
Yeah.
Well,
Because they do sell distilled water in the store.
Right, and I've always thought it was dangerous. I don't know why. I
so
like that.
distilled water that you buy in the store, it's not that the distilled water is bad, but it's because it's due to the container that it's in, right? So you don't know how long it's been going through the shipping process, and they're all in plastic bottles, all of them, right? Plastic is made from oil. So once it heats up, some of the chemicals from the plastic leach into the water.
That's why they were saying at one point, like if you
Don't do it in
leave
your car.
Don't keep water bottles in your car if it's in a hot area because it's the plastic is gonna heat up and the chemicals are gonna go into the water.
Some of them paying $5 for this Callaway water and it ain't even good.
You never know. I don't know.
So So show, you have some products here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get into the product.
So let's see. So first,
Show my favorite.
which one is your favorite?
My everything.
So this is my everything. This is a hair and body oil. So initially I made it to promote healthy hair growth, and it does work for that. But during like the testing phases, I had somebody use it to put on her edges, right? So because she was saying her edges were pulling out, I was like, all right, let's try this, see what happens, right? And then she was saying she started putting it on her face. I was like, I didn't make it for that. Why you put it on your face? And she was like, yeah, but it got rid of my acne.
Oh.
And I was like, oh.
Cause my daughter, I might have to get one of these because my daughter been struggling. We've been trying to find different ways to get rid of her acne. But go ahead.
So I was like, oh, really? Okay, that's what's up. And then she said, yeah, I put it on my, what's her nephew? She put it on, he had like an eczema patch or whatever. She put it on that, got rid of that.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, that's pretty dope.
Right.
So, so I started selling it in, what's the name of the store? 3 Mass.
Yes.
3 Mass is an African store.
Shout out to Bushman, Tim the Bushman. That's
Yes.
Tim Bushman Tim.
Yes.
So I started selling it there, and somebody came up to me one day and told me about the eczema thing again. Like it was it was a mother. She was like, "Oh, my son is 19. He's had eczema. You know, use this for this." And
Right.
it worked, and I was like, "Oh, all right, that's what's up." So everything that I say that the product does is only because people have come to me and said it does this.
So you said eczema.
Eczema, ringworm,
Acne.
helps to ringworm,
Hair growth.
Hair growth,
Dry
beard
scalp.
growth, dry scalp,
I
dandruff.
love this thing. And I use it, like I actually, and just to give y'all kind of basic what's in it, so it has like castor oil, coconut oil, hemp oil, argan oil, almond oil, peppermint oil, tea tree, and you have lavender oil in here and rosemary oil. This thing is the bomb. I actually did a video on this once because I was doing my my hair growth. I had cut my hair off, and so I was using this because I had really bad dry scalp. So I was using this on my scalp along with the conditioner. You don't do the conditioner anymore, don't you? I got a special conditioner.
Oh God.
Special conditioner. So anyway, but I was using conditioner, which I still have because I treat it like a baby, along with this stuff. And my hair, oh my goodness. Right now, actually, I still put it away because I don't want to be using it. But I would I have one bottle just to mix with like regular oils and lotion. So I would put it on my body because I actually have eczema on the arms. So I was using this here on my shoulders and my back, and it actually does work. So I love this stuff.
Why you don't make a conditioner anymore?
The process is too long.
It's too long.
I make everything in small
conditioner is
batches, but yeah.
So
So
what
my
about-
everything is for everything.
Yeah, I want to try that.
So
Oh, the other thing about this, you don't have to use too much.
Okay.
So if I
Just
drop one drop on your hands, it'll coat both of your hands.
Let me see. Let me get
actually
a
kind
little
of, stole some for the head. Shine a little bit. I put some on the weavy weave.
It smells good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Very fresh.
Yeah.
And you can ingest it. So say for instance you have it around the kids or whatever, and it gets in their mouth, it's not gonna do anything to them.
Right.
That's kind of your thing too. And I know you always say that, like you try to make products where it's so natural, where it's edible.
That you can eat it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So all of my products.
Yeah, that's true. He put a little drop and I'm
Yes, honey.
nice.
Right.
That's some good massage
And it
oil.
still leaves you moisturized.
Yes.
Massage oil.
There's some good massage oil.
Yes.
That's the other thing people use it for massage. Some lady told me she puts it in her bath water.
Wow.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So they can get this at
They can get this at. You can go to the website, which is naturesessentialoils.net. If you're in Orlando, you can go to 3 Mass, which is at 1023 West Colonial Drive.
yes.
That's it for now.
That's it for now?
And I put it on Amazon last night actually.
Okay.
But I need to see what's going on with the listing because I looked for the listing and I can't find the listing.
So you gotta.
But if I use the link,
You can get to it.
yeah. But I can't be sending everybody the link.
The
It's
link,
weird.
right,
So
yeah.
yeah. So that's on there.
Okay. So what's the next? What's in the jar?
This is a body balm. This is one of the body balms that I made. I made 2 of them,
Okay.
but I don't have any of the others right now
Okay.
because I need to. I actually use chocolate mint to make the other one.
Oh. Okay.
So I grow the chocolate mint. I get it, dry it out.
Oh, move it.
So
Jason said he needs to see it, so move it. So move in so we can see you.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
Mhm.
So you grow it like in the backyard grow?
Mhm.
Okay.
So I grow the chocolate mint, dry it out, and then I use it to make the other body balm. That one is a chocolate mint body balm.
Okay.
Most people don't really like that one. It does smell like chocolate mint,
I
but
like my
most
Serenity.
people don't like that. Most people like this.
Now that is really nice as well. That's really good.
And what do you normally use this for?
Just to put on your skin, but I've had people come to me and say, people that have used it have said, oh, I use it for as a sunscreen.
Okay.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Yes.
Somebody else told me they use it for sunburn.
Okay.
Another woman was saying she got a tattoo, and she used it as
used
a balm for the tattoo, and it didn't scab up or anything.
Oh wow.
So those of you who have tattoos, you know that when you first get your tattoo, and you put whatever cream you have to put on it, whatever ointment, it normally starts to scab up after a while, and then it heals. But this woman was telling me that with this, she put it on there and it didn't scab up at all.
Right.
So that's that. And that one is
We have unrefined shea
butter,
coconut, argan oil infused with lavender, and myrrh, which is my favorite. I love myrrh.
So myrrh smells most people don't know what myrrh smells like. So
Right.
myrrh smells almost like
Rosemary.
no, like baby powder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
I
smells
was
almost
way
like baby
off.
powder.
You was when she said it, I was way off to my rosemary. Okay, and what's next?
This is a shampoo. So this is a black soap based shampoo. So it has all of the ingredients of black soap, and then it has lavender, tea tree, peppermint, and rosemary.
Okay.
So
Right.
this is for all you guys with the beards.
Okay, yes. Cause
So
look at his
look
beard,
at his
y'all.
beard. Oh my God! Can I touch the beard? Can I touch the beard?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I want to touch it too.
Okay, so the beard is doing it.
Oh yeah.
Get your crusty beards together, guys.
Yes.
Get some of this stuff right here. Listen, beard wash.
Yeah,
All you
okay,
dudes out there, because you know y'all trying to beard gang it.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to grow them in. You want to look sexy.
This is
You
very
gotta keep the beard sexy too.
Look, you
Groom
looking like
out.
she don't get off my beard.
Listen, I know, right? I know the beard.
Do you use these oils in your beard or just?
Yeah, I washed my beard with this.
And you actually had a video on it as well.
Yeah,
which
I had a
I
video
did
on that.
post.
Yeah.
You
So-
saw the video.
Yes. And you finally have made it shareable. Okay. Thank you.
So I wash my beard with this, and then when I'm done to moisturize it, I use some of this with like black Jamaican castor oil, or I add this to a little bit of shea butter and put it in my beard to condition it. So
And this smells good as well. I actually purchased this from someone, and they told me they loved it. They only had to use a little bit, like a dime. Wash the
And that-
beard,
oh, I thought you said
and this is what they basically use. Now I kind of stole some to use to wash my butt
My water.
because I ran out of soap. So I used some of this, and I was like, you know what? Let me try it. I love this. So I know it's for the beard, but I actually use it, and it makes you feel really tingly and fresh. So for all you stinky body people, you can also use it. So the dudes with the crusty beards, you can wash your beard and your body at the same time.
You love
So-
it. Sell it.
a lot of my customers find that most of my products have like multiple uses. So yes, it may be a beard wash, but if it's a beard wash, it's washing your hair, it's going to wash hair, period. Hair is hair, right? So it's gonna, ladies, you can use it as a shampoo. Guys, you can use it as a shampoo. You can use this to bathe with.
Body soap.
So
Love it.
it's multifunctional.
That smells.
Right.
That's and let me see. You have so you said all the ingredients you have. You have a lot of.
Yeah, that one's a lot of ingredients because the black
What's
soap
in there?
has.
You even got some plantain up in here, which is one of the
Plantain
ingredients
peel
that
powder,
is
yeah.
in black soap.
Black
so I
soap,
do
right.
know that. Okay.
So that's that. Guys, as far as your beard's going, the beard's looking dry and all of that, make sure you moisturize your beard. If it's not with this, make sure you moisturize your beard with something. Because what happens is, a lot of guys' beards look scraggly
Right.
and
Right.
dry.
Right. Break it down.
Because they don't moisturize it, right? And it's important to moisturize the beard because the hair, the oil is coming from your follicle, right?
Right.
And that's all based on what you eat. So if you're eating properly, you're getting like omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids and all of that stuff. You'll have the amount of oil in your system to go to the end of your hair.
Right.
Now this goes for women and men.
Okay.
Because women get split ends for the same reason.
Okay.
Okay. So if you don't moisturize, really. So if you when you moisturize your hair, your beard, or whatever, it causes the moisture to go down to the end of the hair. Because a lot of times the reason why we have to split ends is because the moisture is not going all the way to the end of the hair. Right. So that's why we have to do that. And there are a couple oils like hemp seed oil actually penetrates the hair strand.
Right.
And it goes to the end of the strand. So that's why I put hemp oil in that particular oil.
Yeah, I mean, so you have some videos, or Tasha posted a video of you like maintaining the beard. So if y'all, I know a lot of guys that's trying to get that beard game up.
Yeah.
You need to hit them up for this stuff.
Their product is bomb.
And never brush or comb your beard while it's dry. Never do that. When you moisturize your beard and then comb the moisturizer through the beard or brush it through, whatever. But never brush your beard dry because you're gonna snag hairs and pull out hairs. So that's what happens with that.
So the length your beard is now, is that where you want it to be?
I guess I could grow it a little bit more.
Okay.
But I can't say it just grew that way. It's not like I was like, oh yeah, my goal is to have it at this particular length.
Right.
What made you start growing it out?
It was an accident.
Really?
I started growing my beard out. So I used to shave every day, right?
And you have baby skin too. By the way, tell everybody how old you are, because a lot of people see the white beard, and people can get a concept of, because you over how old are you? But I mean, if you were here, you
the
could see
man want to
young.
bust out. He said, yeah, you could tell. I
don't mind.
Yeah, how old
I'm
are you?
37.
I'm okay.
Yeah. So when I shave, anytime I do shave, I look like I'm 26, 25.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Number one, I don't like that, right? So I keep my beard, but I started growing a beard. I used to shave every day, and I went to Jamaica for 2 weeks at one point, and I wasn't shaving or anything.
Right.
And the beard started to grow in full, and I was like, oh, I can grow a full beard, but all the stubble was gray. And I didn't like the fact that the stubble was gray.
Yeah.
Because it looked, against my dark skin, the white stubble, I didn't like it. So, but while I was in Jamaica, I didn't really have to shave.
Right.
And it grew to a length where I was like, this might not be so bad.
Right.
And so I just let it grow.
But it's crazy because your hair is black and your
top
beard
of it.
is like,
That is
gray.
so cool.
Like, why? It's
I don't
crazy. Is that
know.
like inherited? Like inherited? Like you?
Maybe.
That's
So do
crazy.
you get like a lot of like compliments on it?
Yeah, guys, girls, yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah,
the girls.
yeah,
I'm sure the
of
girls.
course.
Of course the women. Of course the women. Okay. So, move up a little bit because we can't see you. We got a little bit.
You still can't
we
see
gotta
him?
get you up in there.
I can see him perfectly.
Is that Jason?
Now you can. You can see. Yes.
Okay, so
it's better now.
you had said you had some questions.
So I did have some questions. So we pretty much went across. Over some of them. So just getting. We kind of talked about your products. Just jumping into like who you are. We learned about his natural side and all that. Blah blah blah. So. What do you, I know you do this, you have your business. Is there anything else that you currently do, or is there anything else that you wanted to do differently from being an entrepreneur?
Well, I wanted to. I'm working on doing a business plan now to open a restaurant. Because I cook too.
Oh, you cook? Dang, you ain't got no sample food?
Yes.
Because this week I'm just doing like a lot of fruits and whatever. So I have like mango, I have papaya, huge watermelon in the fridge.
Okay.
And I'm drinking Irish moss every morning or whatever. So I've just been doing that.
So you
I
have
ain't
some
gonna
you
cook
make your
anything.
own stuff. Everything natural. So everything is
That
natural.
would be dope.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things you make? Like, give a right example.
Man, I make almond milk. I make Brazil nut milk. I make peanut butter. Matter of fact, I can have you guys taste some peanut butter.
Come
I made it yesterday.
You want to taste some peanut butter?
Come through.
But this one is a little bit different,
You
alright?
can cook too if you want. Cook.
I'm not cooking nothing right now. But it's not just peanuts. It's peanuts, pumpkin seed, Brazil nuts, almonds. Are there cashews in there? I don't think there's any cashews in there. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and Scotch bonnet pepper.
Scotch bonnet pepper?
Yeah.
And the peanut butter?
Yeah, so I was working with this Haitian guy, and he was like, yo, in Haiti we make peanut butter. I forgot what they call it, mambo or something like that. He's like, we put pepper in our peanut butter. And then we grind it out, and we add the pepper or whatever. He's like, it tastes really good. And I'm like, man, there's no way.
All right.
So we were working together in like New Hampshire or whatever. So when I got back home, I was like, I'm gonna try this. And that was the best peanut butter. Like it has the perfect balance of spice and sweetness.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
The Scotch bonnet. You put the Scotch bonnet in.
Yeah, well, I made dried Scotch bonnet powder,
Okay.
and I put that in there.
Okay, so we gonna taste the peanut butter. We're gonna taste the peanut butter.
Cause he said, "Ooh,
What?
come on now with the lights."
Hey, I don't want to be, you know.
I'm
So-
sure people don't mind seeing you up front and center and everything on camera. Just saying.
You don't mind seeing him up front, center in the camera.
I'm just saying.
I'm excited about tasting this peanut butter. See,
I'm excited because the water was
it's
good.
still- yeah.
So
It's fresh. It's fresh.
I need to take home a whole gallon of this with me.
And like I said, it's I made it last night, so.
He makes everything. So he makes almond milk.
Yes, you don't have nothing, no ice cream.
Y'all can't eat that ice cream.
Why
Why we
not?
can't eat that ice cream? Oh, we can't eat that ice cream.
Wait, why we can't eat that ice cream?
Special ice cream.
Special ice cream.
What's so special about it?
There's herbs in there.
So why we can't eat it? Because herbs in it? Okay, come on.
Okay, so
All right,
ooh, look
so-
at this peanut butter.
Ooh.
Look at
So
that.
again, it's a mix of different nuts, and then.
I'm scared.
What are you scared for?
Because I don't even do
Oh,
peanut
wow.
butter. I don't know that. It has a good texture, but it looks like
Oh my god,
baby
it
diarrhea.
smells just like Skippy. But I know it ain't Skippy. It smells like
Oh, it do smell
Oh
like
my
peanut
God,
butter.
like, it smells
It should.
like
It's peanut butter. It's nut butter, so it should. There you
Do we mix it first?
go. Stir it around a little bit because the oil looks like the oil.
that is so freaking cool.
Guys, I'm gonna come up a little
So
bit.
here's our little crackers at and stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Look, he
Just like that, yo.
I'm gonna come up a little bit, y'all, so y'all can see. I'll come over here so y'all can see the texture. Made from scratch. What was in this again?
It's peanuts, pumpkin seeds, Brazil nuts, almonds, and some cashews.
Yeah, I would say all of you.
And Scotch bonnet pepper.
Oh,
You say Scotch bonnet
I
pepper?
taste the pepper.
Okay.
But it balances out well, so yeah. So there's that.
Whoop.
It comes on like out of nowhere. Because originally when
But it tastes like peanut butter. Like the texture sticking to my mouth.
yeah.
Wow, that's cool, Paul.
I can't do that how you did it. Like you just put the whole. Yeah, it's kind of spicy.
Girl, kicking my butt and then spiced up in there. So you know what? This would be good for like a really good snack starter. Like you have like a little party.
Definitely.
This type of peanut butter you have with peanut butter and jelly. This is the type of peanut butter you have with your little what is that? Celery sticks and
Right.
carrots and your special little crackers, like a little when you have a little party. So this is bomb.
The texture to me is like peanut porridge.
That's like peanut butter to you?
Not as thick, but the texture, like
Yeah.
the texture of it, but it's obviously not as thick as this. But I don't know. It's
So how do you sweeten it? Like what do you put in to sweeten it? Just
I didn't put anything in there to sweeten. Oh, I put a little honey this time. But normally you don't even have to sweeten it.
It's thick. I don't think I could do.
this is good. No, this is really for like a part. This is like for a party type food. This is not for no peanut butter and jelly, honey. She can't take it, honey. She ain't ready for this.
I ain't ready for this. I ain't ready.
Ooh, I want to open up the sinuses, honey. It went to the back of my head.
Yeah,
Lord
so
have
how long
mercy.
does it take you to make this?
Thank you.
It takes about. Well, first I have to roast everything. So I put it in the oven at like 350 for maybe like 5 minutes.
Put this in the oven.
Ooh, she can't.
I can't do it. I can't do it, y'all.
She can't take it.
For maybe like 5 minutes, right? I roast it in the oven. And then once it's roasted, once everything is roasted, then I put it into a food processor. And then just let it turn, and grinds up the peanuts so it gets smooth like that.
Ooh.
So it maybe takes about, the entire process maybe 20 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. You know, sometimes we don't want to do certain things because we feel like it's time consuming.
And it's not even, some of that stuff ain't even that time consuming. Like, I make peanut butter, I make jam.
You know,
I got jam too.
Like we trying to get everything we can.
Trying to get everything we can.
No, I make jam, like, I've made jam with like mango, strawberries, pineapple.
Oh my God.
Guava?
No, but I have used the
What about mango?
kumquats.
You should make some mango jam.
Just-
You said mango jam?
Yeah.
I heard strawberries. I heard.
He said
mango was
mango
the first
first.
thing I said.
Oh my
It's okay,
God!
Josh.
So can I get some like?
You got mangoes up there.
Wait,
You gonna make me some fruit?
Whew.
I don't know. So anyway, yeah, but you can make jam with pretty much any fruit.
Yeah.
That's not even that hard. Almond milk, any type of nut milk, even
How do you
oat
make
milk.
the milk?
Milk, yeah.
Man, it's the easiest thing. So all you do is get the almonds,
Mhm.
or walnuts, or Brazil nuts, or peanut, whatever type of milk you're trying to make.
Right.
Soak the nuts overnight or 4 hours. And once you've soaked them, sometimes you don't even have to soak them, but you soak them
Right. When you
And
say
then-
soak them, you soak them in
in
water?
water.
Okay.
Just soak them in water.
Distilled water?
I mean, it's still water, that's right. And once they've soaked, then you put them in your blender, add 4 cups of fresh water,
Okay.
and then blend it up. And then add a little bit of salt, like literally like a pinch of salt. And what I found is sweetens it best, if you want it sweetened, is agave nectar. Because it has like a natural sweetness, it doesn't throw it off like honey would or sugar.
Right, yeah.
So the agave nectar works best for that. But that's it. And you just blend it out and then strain it. And you can add vanilla if you wanted to make it vanilla, whatever type of nut
Just
milk
like
it
you
is.
buy in the store, so you don't.
Yeah.
You don't buy anything. So you also grow your own stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So you got like a little
Yeah.
plant over there. What you got over
What
there?
we got over here?
So this is
For all my island people.
Yeah.
this is my scallion, right?
Scallion. No, I'm sorry.
For the
I need
Americans,
you to
it
say
is green onion.
I need you to say it the right way. What is
Scallion.
it?
This is scallion.
It's scallion.
Okay.
So what I do is when I buy scallion from the store, I use them, of course. I cut them to maybe like an inch, and then I put them into the pot with dirt.
Okay.
So this is something I bought from the store, and I
Right.
had used, and I just put them in
Wow,
the dirt
just
and then grow
that's
it.
what you call recycling.
So what's the that little thing growing down?
This little thing, can you see it?
No,
They
you
probably,
can't
they
see
probably
it.
could see it because go ahead. You can bring it up there. If you want.
So this thing here, oh, it just dropped. Anyway, this thing here is
Get up now.
is something called leaf of life, right?
Oh, my mom uses that. That's like for used as a medicine.
Yeah. So Jamaicans use it as a medicine.
Yeah.
I never heard of it. What is it called?
life for the conflict.
So
Oh.
leaf of life is used for colds.
I'm just
Yo, you caught that? He's like,
right. He's like, yeah, calm. I'm like, hey, you like.
So leaf of life is used for colds, coughs, things like that. So it's called leaf of life because once the leaf itself drops on the ground, it starts to sprout a whole new plant
Okay.
from the leaf itself.
Oh.
Yeah. So you'll see like the roots coming off of the leaf that's dropped on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, how would you use that? So, would you grind it? Like, how do you?
You could crush it up and use it as make tea with it. You can boil it a little bit with honey and lemon and ginger, and then drink that.
But what would consider what is close to the taste? Like, you have mint, you have.
It doesn't have. It has a. It gives your mouth a chalky consistency.
Ooh.
So it's not. It doesn't taste good.
it's just meant for medicinal
It's
purposes.
medicinal. However, there are people that eat it. Like my grandmother used to sprinkle salt on it and eat the leaves.
Really?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like as a salad, like.
Not like a salad, but
just like
the
as
leaf
a healing, like
yeah.
like a healing, like a.
Yeah, like
So
just
what
a
is it
healing
good
herb.
for? Like what's
Yeah.
the purposes behind, like as far as?
You can use it for colds.
Yeah.
Wait, why you laugh?
Because I said it already.
I'm missing that. I'm sorry. It's the beard, y'all.
Tasha, you paying attention or not? Or you just?
It's the beard.
I think you got her unfocused, unraveled.
Sorry. So you said it was good for colds.
It's good for
Cough.
colds, coughs, wound healing. So you can squeeze it and then rub it in a wound or whatever. You get
Wait,
a cut.
so would you boil it and then squeeze it?
You can just squeeze it up and like get the juice out.
The plant?
That leaf, yeah.
It's okay, but it's still growing, so I guess that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one, that's a baby one. That's
Okay.
a baby plant. The leaves are normally like this big.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the small one.
So what else do you grow? What else do you do? Anything else?
I don't have any right now, but I grow thyme. Cause I have this thing called an aero garden in my kitchen. I put it on top of my fridge, and it has these little pods. It's a hydroponic system, and you can grow pretty much anything in there. So I've grown basil, tomato, what else? Thyme.
So when you cook,
I just use that stuff.
you just use that stuff. Let's go back to, you talked about wanting to open a restaurant. We kind of got so thrown off.
Yeah.
So when you do that restaurant, are you planning on everything that you use
Growing.
you grow? How will you be able, because I mean it's a restaurant, how would you be able to, because a lot of these stuff that people use at restaurants, they find easy ways to multiply it, because guess what, we got to stretch the rice, so we're going to make fake rice, whatever they do. So how would you be able to produce on such a great mass to be able to have a restaurant and do all fresh?
Right.
I would just have to grow a lot of those ingredients. The things I can grow, right? So if I'm going to use garlic, I'm going to grow the garlic. Onion, like a lot of my seasonings, the Scotch bonnet pepper. I have a Scotch bonnet pepper now growing outside. Scotch bonnet, the thyme. So a lot of that stuff can grow and grows easily and fast.
Oh, it does.
And the scallion, yeah, all of that.
So, like, how far, like, so now if you decide to open up the restaurant, will you be starting to grow your stuff, like, in advance?
I would have to grow it in advance.
Where would you go grow it? Like, would you rent, like,
I would have to have land.
Yeah, land.
I
I'm
would
about
have
to
to
say,
have
you have
land
to, right.
adjacent to the restaurant. Or someplace off-site. Because I would have land adjacent to the restaurant, grow stuff there, and then grow more off-site. And then there's certain things I would grow in the restaurant for aesthetics.
That would be dope, though. Like,
Yeah.
you go to the restaurant and then you growing, like,
fresh.
when we went to go to the wine tasting and how we were there where they, where they grow.
They grow, do the
vines and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. So
Yeah.
to be able, you get the full experience if you come. You're eating the food that's freshly
That's
grown.
fresh.
We
That'd
don't
be dope.
have nothing like that, so that's a super dope.
A lot of the foods that I would be cooking would be considered ITAL foods. So they haven't been processed, none of that stuff, and a lot of the things would be like vegan. So I would make a lot of like milks. I would make my own coconut milk to use in the rice.
Wow.
That's another simple thing that's
So for some of our people that's listening, let us know what you think. Like, would you eat at that restaurant if he opened it up? What are your guys' feedback on him, wanting to open a fresh restaurant that grow your foods and vegetables fresh?
I would love to see that.
I don't even know what to say.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, so give us some feedback, guys,
Definitely
on
would love
that.
to see
Definitely.
Matter of fact, are you a vegan? I mean,
I don't like to say that. I like to say I'm plant-based because once you say you're vegan, like it comes with this whole other
would you eat
bunch
meat?
of baggages. I have, but if I don't have to, I don't. And when I say if I don't have to, like say I go to Jamaica or whatever, and nothing is growing in season, nothing's in season at that time.
Right.
Like if I have to, I might eat some fish at that point. If there's nothing else to eat.
Oh, wow, so you don't eat fish? Like on a regular?
On regular
So
basis.
everything is basically
Plant-based.
veggies, plant-based. Okay. That's how your skin looks so.
Yeah, ladies.
But you got skin like that too, though.
Yeah, but I got makeup on. Not that I don't beat my face so I don't look different without the makeup, but I know like under my eyes and stuff like that, like his skin is totally one complexion from head to toe, guys. Like his toes literally is the same color as his face.
Oh man.
She's staring at your toes pretty hard.
Like literally, like I peeped it when
He
I
got
first
some nice
came.
toes, too.
Yes, from head to toe. Look.
I'm just putting that throwing it out. You know, some man don't got nice feet. So he got pretty feet. Feet prettier than my
Yes.
feet. Dang, okay.
So let's get a little personal.
Yes.
Let's get personal. So, oh, you got some personal questions?
I mean, not really, but
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, what are you trying to ask?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Now, I was going to ask you, because you are a natural, you got this whole natural background. And his ambiance in here is so wonderful. I wish you guys can see the entire place, because you have a lot of like African kind of inspired. So it leads me to believe, like, are you a spiritual? Could you consider yourself a spiritual, religious person? You were burning some incense and stuff when we came in here, so that's kind of
as far as me burning incense, I just like the smell.
Okay.
Right? So it's not like I'm burning it to get to
Do a
remove
ritual.
evil spirits or do any rituals or anything
Burn your
like
sage.
that. Yeah, so even I burn sage too because I like the smell, and actually sage purifies the air.
Okay.
Right? So I'll do that, but as far as anything spiritual with that, no. I do believe in a creator, and I do believe that that creator holds sway in our lives. Now, whether that creator is a male or a female, like, I don't know, right?
But this one I don't understand. Now see.
Oh, let me sit up.
This one I don't understand. No, because like I've been meeting a lot, and I don't know if it's becoming something with realization and awareness, but I've been meeting a lot of people that are spiritual. But they believe that there's a higher power, but don't believe per se that the higher power is God. But
I wouldn't say that either. I wouldn't say that.
You don't put a title on it.
Yeah, I don't put a title on it, but I would say that yes, that higher power, we call that higher power God, right? But that's it. I'm not gonna say, oh, that's not God. It's just the universe. I'm not gonna say that.
So you think it's just the universe?
No, I don't think that.
Oh, okay.
I think that this being or this creator's entity has a personality, right? Therefore, it has to be a someone. It has to be. So
You just don't want to put a title on it.
I just don't put a title on it.
Okay.
So whatever I
That's
believe
fair enough.
is, I don't.
So do you
call
pray?
it anything. Yeah.
So when you pray,
That would be communication with that being.
But how do you pray to something that you not?
So you just have a conversation. It's like a conversation, like,
Yeah.
today, thank you for waking me up, and you just don't put a name on it like God, but thank you for waking me up such and such, and I want it to be a beautiful day, or bring great things my way, or whatever. Okay,
I
that's
can
understandable.
call it God. I do call this being God.
But see, this being, like, how do you pray to a being that you don't even have a specific like name, or it's just this thing? It sound like.
Why not?
He just don't want to put a title on it.
Let's put it this way, right? Let's put it this way. We know that, I guess you guys you believe in God, right? So God is the creator, right? So no matter what that creator's name is, I'm still gonna communicate with that creator. Period. Because
like
that
we
is
are.
my creator.
Right, but we are more specific with what we
What
pray.
the name.
Yeah, what we pray to or pray. Like
It's the
more
same,
specific.
in my estimation, it's the same person, right? So whether I have a name for him, her, whatever, or not, it's still the same person.
Do you
to me.
believe God is the sun?
No.
Do you believe God is a
I
woman?
believe God created the sun. At that, I can't say that I believe that God is a male or a female at this point. I don't know. based on things that I've read and studied. I don't know.
You don't
That's
know.
cool. I mean, did your family, did anybody in your family Christian or?
Yeah, my whole family is Christian.
Really? So what made you kind of-
Most people that I meet that say they're spiritual, they were raised in a Christian home. I think it's becoming a situation where people are becoming, I guess, more self-aware. Is that what you would call it?
I think for a lot of people, yes, that is what took place. For me, my journey didn't go like that.
How did your journey go?
Well, there were certain things that I was seeing within Christianity that I didn't like. Things that just didn't make sense.
That's common. That's common.
Right? And it's not like I didn't know because Alright, I'm gonna just say it. So
Yeah, just-
a lot of people who are Christians are ignorant about Christianity. Right? You ask them questions about things that you find in the Bible, they don't know. Things that they should know. And they say, oh, we praise Jesus and we worship Jesus. This is my faith, this is my religion, I'll never leave this, whatever. But you can't answer simple questions. It's not like a test or whatever, but you can't answer simple questions about what it is that you believe. Do you truly believe what you believe?
Right.
But I wasn't that person. I was the person that read and studied and was like really immersed in that. And so I knew what I believed. And
Wait, but you say you knew what you believed, but when I asked you what you believe, you don't have
believed.
believed. Okay.
Yeah, past tense.
Okay.
Right? So at that time I knew what it was that I believed. It wasn't like I didn't know like a lot of other people just don't. They're just ignorant of certain things, right? And because I knew what I knew, I said I was dissatisfied with the way that things worked within Christianity. And eventually, long story short, I said, yo, I need to figure some things out.
Self-awareness.
And so there was the one thing that really started me on that journey and to seek out other things, right? I watched a video on YouTube about it was a Chinese pastor or whatever. He was saying that within China's system of writing, or within the Chinese system of writing, there were certain characters that were, because they just have characters in the right set of letters, right? So those characters are representative of certain things. And those characters were mirrors of biblical stories, right? So there were some Chinese characters that I knew, so when he would put them up on the screen and said, this is this and this, and when you put it together, it becomes such and such, right? And it means this. So there's a symbol, for instance, for things that are forbidden, right? And that symbol is a barrier with a tree in the center, right? Which is reminiscent of Genesis, where God tells, or early in Genesis, where God tells Adam and Eve, don't touch this tree.
Right.
So that's embedded in their system of writing, right? So I said, okay, if that's the case, then this has to be something that's worldwide.
Right.
Because if everybody dispersed from the Tower of Babel, then all other cultures have to have something similar.
Right.
And so I said, okay, let me look at Africa. Which group in Africa had this? Couldn't find anything until like maybe a couple years later. But I had gotten a few books to find out what the African mindset was on spirituality, religion, God.
Right.
And what I found was very interesting. So I'm not into like worshiping the ancestors or anything like that. I'm not about that at all.
Right. Yeah.
Because I found out the factuality about that too.
Right.
I was reading books about that, seeing what they thought about religion, and I ended up finding out that the system of writing that the Chinese had, there were groups of African people that had the same characters.
Okay.
Right? So we know that they all had the same dissemination point.
Right.
But their characters, the African characters were more rounded, and the Chinese characters were more blocked or
Okay.
square, but the characters had the same meanings.
Okay.
But after I saw that, I was like, okay, word. So they came from the same place. What did they believe about God? What was their belief system? And so as I started to see that, I started to like just study and see.
What was it? Okay.
Yeah.
You had more questions.
Wow, that's dope.
deep. Yeah.
That's
There's a lot
deep,
more,
guys.
but-
As Tasha looking, because I had some questions from last week's episode that we didn't get answered. So since you're a guy and you're on the show, might as well just ask one or two of them.
Okay.
Which is
Now, were you guys doing a show by yourself last week?
no, we had a guest. We had a guest on. The topic was love, sex, and relationship last week.
Okay.
One of the questions that was asked that none of the guys end up, I guess, answering.
Mm-hmm.
They were answering everything else. What is the meaning, or do you feel like there's a meaning? But what is the meaning to a forehead kiss?
I think that a forehead kiss is, to me personally, it's almost like giving somebody a pet, like a term of endearment. You're showing that you really, really care about this person. Or me, if I kiss somebody in the forehead, it's showing that I really care, love and care about this person. Yeah, so I don't kiss a lot of people on the forehead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm too dead.
All right. He's like, I don't kiss a lot of people on the forehead.
What is your
forehead?
biggest turn off
Yeah.
that a woman can do?
Oh my God.
What is something that you look for to separate different women? And what would be something that would be like the biggest turn off, or something that would be like, see, like she was fine, then she did that, and
I have two. I'm gonna say three, but I think it can be summed up in two. I don't like to see when women are selfish. That's number one, right? So I'm not gonna tell how I can tell, but anyway.
why?
Because number one, I don't want anybody else to know. And then they're like, oh, well, I'm just not gonna do this.
Come on, do
Right?
it.
Come
on. Give us a little hint.
We'll do it off the air.
Yeah.
Since he don't want to tell us, we'll do it off the air because I want to know. And then what's number two?
Health and hygiene. So if a woman is not taking care of her health, like she don't wanna drink water that has.
Go ahead. Drink your water, guys. Go ahead.
She doesn't want to drink any
I'm
water.
so dead right now.
She doesn't want to drink any
drink up.
water, and
Drink your water.
Hell yeah, hold on.
no, that's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, she doesn't want to drink water. She doesn't drink any. She doesn't eat any vegetables. She doesn't eat any fruits. She doesn't exercise.
I go to the gym 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Remember when I came in the door, I was talking about it.
So, yeah, seeing when women don't want to take care of their bodies internally,
Right.
that's a turn off.
What about personality traits?
Right.
Well, like I said, selfishness is the biggest one.
Right.
I don't know, there's not much. There's a lot that can be attributed to selfishness.
Okay, well then
Right.
you're gonna have to give some examples.
Think of a good one.
I absolutely hate Tasha. Go ahead.
So, some guys will say, all right, well, I like this girl, but she don't want to cook for me because she can cook, but she doesn't want to cook for me because I don't know, it's going to take too much time or whatever, right? That's a sign of selfishness because she doesn't want to spend that time to cook something for this person that she said she loves or she cares about or whatever, right? So a lot of things go back to selfishness. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with like selfishness. People, why do people cheat? Because they're selfish.
So you don't cheat?
I don't. I have, and I can say yeah, I did this because I was selfish.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Absolutely. Okay.
So people cheat because they're selfish. There are a lot of things that people do to
Selfishness.
selfish reasons, always. So that's like a big one for me.
Do you think? Okay. So.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story.
Okay.
Yes, tell us a
This
story.
person's not watching. So,
Get your popcorn.
I was dating somebody, and she had kids, and
You don't have any kids.
I don't have any kids.
Doesn't have any kids.
Okay.
Are you single?
Yes, I'm single.
You're single? Ouch. Single and ready to.
Drink your water.
So she had kids, and I knew the kid's father. Like I found out later that I knew who he was.
Okay.
Right. So we were talking on the phone one day, and she said that she wanted to take the kids one place, and he wanted to take the kids somewhere else. Right. And so I joked, and I was like, "Oh, all three of us should take the kids to wherever, right?"
Oh.
It was a joke. She knows it was a joke, and she was like, "Oh no, he'll shoot us." And I was like, "Ha ha ha, yeah, whatever, right?" And I laughed it off. She's like, "No, I'm serious. He'll shoot us." And I was like, "All right, give me the context of what she said."
Wait. Back up real quick.
So
you knew the baby father and you was dating her?
yeah, because I thought, I was like, he's cool. He has his other stuff going on, right? He's dealing with somebody else. What they say?
No, Jason talked about Tasha stupid, but I can hear Jason saying stupid. You know what I'm saying? I can hear it. That's why I'm laughing because I can hear Jason saying stupid.
So anyway, I was like, yeah, yes, I knew the baby's father, but he was with, you know, whoever he was with,
So,
his
what
girlfriend
that
or whatever.
But you knew
It's not
him.
like we was mad close. We were cool to where I see him and I'm like, yo, like we're cool, right? So I didn't know it was like that between them.
They got kids together.
I didn't know it was like that. What I'm talking about when I say that, like the whole violence factor.
Oh.
Right? I didn't know it was like that because to me, when I see him, it's mad cool. I was even going to go to him and be like, yo, listen, I met her because I didn't even know that they were in anything. I'm like, yo, I met her and, you know, we're cool and.
I don't know about this story, but go
whatever.
ahead. Go ahead.
So anyway,
It ain't no bro code.
Like I said, we weren't close. Like I
Okay.
know him, but we're not close. It's not like me and him hang out all the time.
Right.
But I do see him.
Listen, they were broken up. The man.
Yeah, okay.
They ain't together. They
They
broke
wasn't
up
together.
for
They was
time,
out.
yo, from a long time. So
The girl was fly and he stepped in.
so anyway, she said that, oh yeah, he'll shoot us or whatever. I'm like, yeah. What's the context in which he said that he would shoot somebody
Right.
that's with you?
Right.
And she's like, well, if I have this person around my kids, our kids, right? And I was like, well, if we're dating,
Right.
I'm gonna have to be around your kids,
Right.
and I don't like bullets, so we can't deal.
Right.
And she was like, oh, it's just a threat. It ain't serious. I'm like, listen, man.
So you broke up with her?
Yeah, stop doing
He
it.
loved his life, honey.
I love my life, yo.
So you.
And I know, like I said, I know what he does.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not.
You scared?
He
So,
said he was scared.
I
He
know,
said he loved his
scared.
life.
Dang.
So what happened was.
Amoy, say hi, Paul. You know Amoy?
What's your boy?
Look. Hi, Paul.
Oh, I do know Amoy.
She
What's
does
up?
my hair.
Okay. What's
Yeah.
up?
Hey, Amoy. Say.
Hey, Amoy, what's up? I know her well. So anyway.
Ooh, okay.
And boy, drink your water. Drink your water.
Okay.
So
He said, I know her well.
So what ended up happening was she was like, oh, you can't deal with this. You can't deal with a little threat. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, back to selfishness. You want to deal with me, but you don't care about the threat to my safety, our possible threat to my safety. So you want to continue with this, and something happened to me. And so finally I said, all right, you know what?
But you think the man will legitly like?
Listen. So I said to her, finally I said, you know what? I like you, I'm gonna go talk to him. No, don't talk to him. I said, all right, now I'm done. I'm done. So that was it.
So you think she was being selfish?
She was definitely being selfish.
Guys, what y'all think? Y'all think she was being selfish?
She wanted her baby daddy and she wanted some Paul.
Right, but I feel like...
You don't think it's selfish for...
Y'all think it's selfish?
You don't think it's selfish for someone to not care about your personal safety
But the thing
because
is,
they want to be with you.
But the thing is that I would say is that I don't feel like he's legitimately gonna shoot you.
How do you know?
Why not?
How do you know? How do you know?
Like I don't, but who the hell? I mean,
somebody said my baby moms might bust you up when she see you.
You don't
challenge?
You don't watch no Lifetime movies, yo?
but we're talking about
you don't watch
movies.
Snaps? You don't watch Snap?
I just don't feel okay. I mean, I guess it
depends on who it is.
I guess
right?
it depends on
who the person.
And
Jason said it's selfish. Of course, Jason would say it's selfish.
It's a credible. It was a credible threat. It's a credible threat. Like I said, I know who the person is, right? So it's a credible threat. So I was like.
It's different if you don't know, so you're like, okay, whatever. But if you know of the person, I would agree. If you know the person crazy, you don't got
he probably was gonna be shooting because he was gonna feel some type of way that you was dating his baby moms. That's probably the issue.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't care. I was
just
sticking around to find out.
Like this,
we have
shut up in the streets.
We have if you truly love her, you have to be ready to take a bullet for her. But he did put the laughing behind it, so you gotta take a bullet for that little baby.
So,
you gotta take some bullet for. I mean.
So, and it was no
Paul
love.
said we ain't wasting this black key right here.
It wasn't even no love thing. Like we was dealing with each other, but it wasn't like, I'm in love with you. I gotta be with you. If that was the case, then like I said, I would have gone and spoken to him and be like, yo, listen, I'm dealing with her. I really like her. I love her. Whatever. Don't worry about the kids. Like I'll take care of your kids. I'll be good to your kids. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about me being whatever in their household. Like we're good. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have any kids, so I guess with this story, you're not opposed to dating women with kids. Well, at your age, I'm not saying
so
you're
it's kind of
it's kind of like
it's a given. Like
want
women are
kids?
gonna have kids.
Yeah,
definitely.
You want kids?
How many kids you want?
I'm still for. I'm just letting him know. I'm just letting him know.
I have a question because, like, how when you were talking about women, what about being that you're a guy? I don't know the pro code, but what are some things as a guy that you feel a guy should take care of physically and at least mentally? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are some things that you think dudes need to do a little better?
I think that a lot of men need to
Listen up, guys.
if they're watching, actually, but that's part of it, right?
What?
So watching podcasts like this, because you guys talk about relationships, mental health, or whatever on a regular basis, right? So a lot of men are not willing to, especially black men. A lot of black men are not willing to do work with their mental health and their emotional health, right? And so I think that's primary, right? So once you take care of that, then you can start taking care of your physical health and whatever. But or
Mental health.
they kind of go hand in hand. But your mental health is very important.
Right.
Because I hear stories, like I have a lot of female friends that'll tell me stories about some of the guys that they dealt with. Some of these dudes have mental issues. They have unresolved issues.
Right.
Like the one that wanted to shoot.
Yeah. They have unresolved. All right,
How y'all know this man? Okay.
We're done with that. But they have, or I should say, a lot of us have, like unresolved issues, stuff from our childhood, and we feel like, okay, we're gonna compartmentalize it, but we're not gonna talk about it because we're men, right? Men don't show weakness. Men don't give in to that. We're men, and we have to be strong.
Right.
Therefore, I'm not gonna deal with this thing. I'm not gonna see anybody
Right.
to try and hash out this issue. I'm a man. I got this. It happened back then. Forget it. Let's move on.
Right.
But you can see in the behaviors that those things are still affecting them and driving their actions, right? So, and they don't realize it a lot of the time.
Right.
So doing that comes with a lot of mental and emotional self-care.
And men.
And women talk about it all the time.
Right.
And women are more open
Yeah.
to taking those steps to heal.
Right.
You see all these women out here, oh, I'm gonna cut my hair because I feel like it's a free experience. I'm gonna just go natural and everything is gonna be great. And I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go do some yoga and I'm gonna do this and do that. The dudes ain't trying to do none of that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're not doing that. Guys
Right.
are not doing that stuff to take care of
their
themselves.
mental, right.
Physically, a lot of men do not, like, okay, I eat plant-based, or I'm mainly plant-based diet, right?
Right.
And what a lot of guys don't realize is that we like to have sex, dudes like to have sex, right?
Yeah.
But eating a lot of flesh foods and dairy, like that affects your sex life. Like a lot of men have erectile dysfunction and all kind of stuff because guess what? They have all this stuff in their system,
Right,
and the same reason. Yeah, we don't deal with that over here, yo.
We ain't got to
We got the herbs, we got the tonics, we got everything.
So I've got the stamina to hammer you. Meet me on the first floor, first spoon, first right. Yeah.
So what happens is, one of the indicators that a man has a heart issue is that he has erectile dysfunction.
Right.
That's one of the indicators, right? And why does that happen? Why do people have heart attacks? Because their arteries are clogged.
Right.
So you don't just have arteries going to your heart. You have arteries all over your body. So some of those arteries lead to the penis. And if those arteries are clogged,
And that's
where the blood has to flow, ain't no blood flowing,
So
nothing is getting up.
You don't have no cloggage issues.
Nah, man, we don't
good
deal with
around
that,
here.
yo.
So what we doing? 10, 30, 40 minutes, 50? What we got? Back to back, all night, like.
I can't.
But yeah, men need to do that. And here's another huge complaint that I hear from women. Guys, like, y'all need to do better. I ain't gonna say we, cause I ain't part of this group, yo. But y'all need to do better. Like taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your hygiene. Something as simple as brushing your teeth properly, scraping your tongue. You can buy a tongue scraper, scrape your tongue. Sometimes that makes your breath stink. Now that's not just for men. Some women have stink breath too. Scrape your tongue.
Getting hygiene lessons over here.
For real, yo, it's serious.
So you ever heard about pineapple, eating pineapple?
I've heard about it, but I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know.
So the eating pineapple.
But that's not for men.
Really?
For men.
But I heard that's for the men.
Okay. Oh, yeah, for the juices.
For the
we
juices.
can get back to that. But just like men, as far as your hygiene is concerned, make sure you bathe properly. Make sure at times, like say you bathe with a rag or whatever, use something that's going to exfoliate your skin sometimes to slough off the dead skin. So what I do is I have again, you can go to 3 Mass for these or any African store. They have these net sponges that they use to bathe with in Ghana, right? And they look like nets, they're long, and they have little knots on them. You can use that. It's great. It's somewhat abrasive, but after time it like kind of wears down. But it still exfoliates your skin, right? So I bathe with that every day. And then sometimes, if it's a period like just before I know I'm going to have an encounter with somebody, right? I'll bathe with the rag, which I normally do, right? And then I bought some exfoliating gloves. And I take the gloves, bathe my skin with the gloves again the second time, and that's it.
But why would
That's
you
why
do
your skin stay so smooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the one thing I like, no, for real, the one thing I like, because, you know, a lot of people that, and I don't know if it's because it's a freshly thing or maybe you're just not used to it,
Right.
but like a lot of people that I see that eat plant-based, they don't look, to me, they don't look healthy. They transform and they start to look a little older, their skin,
Starts
you
to
know,
sag.
sag, and I
You
don't
need
like
some type of fat.
Yeah, I don't
right?
like that look. But your body is solid. You know what I'm saying? Even with Jason, I know he's not a vegetarian, but he's a
pescatarian.
pescatarian. That's what he is.
So he eats fish and vegetables.
Right.
Yeah.
And his body the same. It's not like drained out. What causes you to, you know, have that lifestyle but not look like?
Because I eat a wide variety of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never, even when I started that journey,
Mm-hmm.
I've never looked like that.
Okay.
Because prior to doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I was reading up on the different vitamins and minerals that you get from your foods,
Right.
From different plant-based sources.
Mm-hmm.
And my plan was not to go vegetarian or to go plant-based. That
Mhm.
wasn't the plan. I was just reading this stuff because I was interested.
Right.
And then it got to a point where one day I said, you know what, listen, I could actually do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I started doing.
Mhm.
So in the traditional Jamaican diet or fare,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things that are nutrient dense. Like I mentioned, I don't know if I said it on camera, about the Irish moss.
I think you did mention something.
Okay.
Something a little bit about it.
So the Irish moss, so we need 102 minerals in our body for it to
Right.
function. Irish moss has 92 of those minerals.
Oh, wow.
So I drink Irish moss every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning I drink Irish moss. It helps to clear mucus from the system. It's good for sexual health, both for men and women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good for thyroid function,
Oh.
right? So whether you have an overactive or underactive thyroid, it regulates it.
Mm.
Irish moss. I need to write that down.
So Irish moss is
Jason
good for that.
said, "Me not eat no fish."
Oh, well, Jason's a vegetarian.
Wait, Jason, you don't eat fish?
Oh,
No,
no,
he
he's
don't.
right.
He
He
don't.
is
He
vegan.
don't.
He is
don't.
vegan. See?
He is.
So-
Jason, that's what I said. I knew that wasn't right. I knew my boy was vegan. Wait, what's the other one? The when you just plant based. Period. That's
Vegan.
all.
That's
Vegetarian.
vegan.
No, he's not vegan. He's a vegetarian.
So you have vegetarian, vegan,
But
pescatarian,
vegetarians sometimes eat.
cheese, and
Cheese.
milk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Right.
he
A
said.
vegan
He's
is
Okay.
no meat at all. So
He
that
said
means
he's trying to
anything with
wean
animal
off.
products.
Okay.
The last time we spoke about
The
it.
vegan
Yeah.
is the hardest because they're more
Yeah,
plant-based. They don't
plant-based.
do anything with a form of animal. So
Right.
that means milk, cheese, eggs, any
honey,
of that. Whereas
honey.
Honey, they don't eat
anything.
honey, so I eat
Right,
honey.
right.
So I can't say I'm
That's why
vegan.
you
I
say
eat
you're not
honey.
vegan.
Okay, he said vegetarian.
Okay.
He a vegetarian. Sorry, Jason, we got you all messed up out here. in
No,
this
she
bitch.
got you messed up.
No, you said a pescatarian.
Because you asked me what fish. I said
But you
No,
pescatarian.
I
But
said
you were
Jason.
the one that said what Jason eat.
I said he a
She don't
vegetarian.
even know you like that.
We know him enough. He was on the podcast.
So
Anyway.
there's that. But like so within traditional Jamaican diets, both of you are Jamaican, so you know, like we eat callaloo, you
Yes,
have green
I have
banana,
some
yellow yam,
Yes.
cocoa, dashin,
Yes. Yes.
gungo peas,
Mhm.
red peas,
Yes.
okra, all of that stuff, right?
Right.
So I'm getting a wide variety of nutrients, minerals,
So you
vitamins.
eat all that
So I
stuff.
eat all of that, pumpkin, all of that.
You
right?
know, yeah.
So eating that way and not just being like, oh, I'm vegetarian, I'm gonna have salads.
Right.
Like,
That's what
that'll
makes
work.
you look
And that's what
dry
a lot of
out.
people
Still
do.
too.
Right,
Yeah.
they look dry out, but in the like Jamaican culture or just like Caribbean culture, they have more of those solid foods and those solid
Right.
foods. So what would you eat? Like, we eat. Well, you eat sawfish.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
said you
so
don't
I
eat
eat
no-
Oh, you don't eat fish?
I eat aki,
Okay.
and I'll cook the aki.
Okay, so you
I'll
would
cook the aki down with like the same stuff.
Okay, and you say you
And I
eat
add salt to it.
callaloo.
I
You
eat
say
callaloo,
Okay.
cabbage,
Mm,
different types
okay,
of peas.
right.
So there's a lot of things you can eat.
So you gonna
Bok
have to shut us
choy.
up a minute
Yeah,
one day
Jason
so
said
we
Tasha
can-
know me. Yes, I do, Jason.
No, he wasn't talking about you. He was
He
talking
told-
about me.
No, he called you Tasha. He called me Tosh.
Oh.
You need to get it cleared up. Anyway.
So yeah, so there's a lot of those. I eat a lot of those things.
Yeah, and
And
I can see that will make your body solid. Yeah, because it is solid.
Yeah. So.
He
So
is fine,
He is
y'all. I'm
solid.
sorry.
And, yeah.
And so what I also like to do, what I found out recently, that helps with muscle tone and just general overall health,
Right.
is getting sunshine.
Yeah.
Vitamin
Yeah,
D.
vitamin D.
Vitamin D. So what happens is, I was reading a book on vitamin D deficiency, right? And the author was saying, she's a doctor in New York, she was saying that a lot of black people, a lot of dark-skinned black people are vitamin D deficient, right? Because we don't spend enough time in the sun. So having dark skin is a blessing and a curse.
Right.
Number one, you're not gonna get sunburn or anything like that.
Right.
But on the flip side, you're not gonna get enough. You're not staying out in the sun long enough to get the benefits of the vitamin D. So lighter skinned people can stay in the sun for 15, 30 minutes and get the correct amount of vitamin D for the day. Dark skinned people, no, right? And so because of that, it causes a lot of health issues. So she did a study where there were two neighborhoods in New York. You had an affluent neighborhood and then the one that was a poor neighborhood. So the poor neighborhood doesn't have access to certain foods.
Right.
The more affluent black neighborhood does, right? And they do eat differently. However, they all had the same diseases, the same rates. And she was like, well, what's the causative factor? Like, you guys,
inside, huh?
not that they stay inside so much, but you have lack of sunlight in New York, as opposed to Florida or California, whatever, right? So she had a patient in Jamaica. That patient had, I forgot what issue. It was something simple, something that we wouldn't even correlate with sun deficient or vitamin D deficiency, right? But she told him, well, are you going out in the sun? No, it's too hot outside. She's like, nah, go out in the sun every day for like 3 weeks or something like that. Yo, whatever issue he had was gone within 3 weeks. And he didn't do anything different except go outside. She didn't give him any medication, didn't say drink this much water, not even that, just go outside. So what I do is I work out in the sun.
Okay.
Right? I get fresh air, right? So that's good for the exchange of oxygen in your system and carbon dioxide. And on top of that, you get the sunshine. You get the benefits of the sunshine.
You just jog, you just go outside and like...
You do a jog, no shirt on and everything?
No, I go, there's a park that's close to here. And they have...
Poor man, uncomfortable.
And they have exercise equipment in the park. So it's like an outdoor gym.
Oh, okay.
And yes, I do work out with my shirt off, so more of my body's exposed to the sun.
That's how you get more numbers.
Right.
From the old Spanish ladies that walking around.
Oh, no, Spanish ladies be off the chain, honey. The old ones. You see, they still wear like 6-inch high heels.
We need an example.
Yeah, we want to see how you need to walk.
Okay.
So anyway, one of my questions I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, because we gotta wrap it up.
Because we do have to wrap it up. But one of my questions I had to ask you was, well, actually two, just to put it in.
Jason, you do look healthy.
Yeah, Jason.
I think I look healthy. You do look healthy. That's how. Yeah.
Jason, you healthy, man. You good.
Yeah, Jason look healthy. Yes. Yes. I got the.
So are you currently, with everything that you're doing, because again, you seem to be the bomb.com. You got your natural list of, foods going, keep your body right. You're a real breed right now. You're single, no kids. You got your growing on food, your water. Are you currently happy with your current life choices right now? And if not, what makes you happy? What would you change?
No, I'm happy with my life right now. I am. I'm very grateful for the path that I've chosen in life. And even with all of the missteps, I'm grateful for it because they made me the person that I am. So yeah,
Short and sweet.
I love that. Anything you like to say before we wrap it up?
No, I think
we got a lot out of Paul today.
Yes.
Paul is
Yes. So guys, before we wrap it up,
down.
Paul, because at the beginning of the episode, you kind of told where they can go and get your products. If you want to just shout it out one more time. So we have the beard shampoo. If you see his beard, this is some of the things that he used to maintain that look. Then we have the
My
everything oil. This oil has been used to cure eczema,
acne, dry scalp,
dry edges, wingworm,
name it,
so
rashes, everything.
My everything. Then the shampoo is my everything shampoo and beard wash. And then we have the
body balm, which
Yes.
comes in the mint chocolate, or my Serenity, which is my favorite, and it's the lavender. Lavender.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out, he is on IG.
Yep.
Go ahead and say things.
So my Instagram page is natures_essential_oils, and the website is naturesessentialoils.net. Okay, naturesessentialoils.net.
Yeah, so if you want to order, also you can go down to 3 Mask.
Yes, you can go to 3
If you're
Max.
in Orlando, Florida, of course.
It's at 1023 West Colonial Drive.
Yeah, so if
So
you're
it's-
interested.
It's close to the intersection of Colonial and OBT. Yeah.
So if you want to order anywhere else, if you guys remember, we did have an episode at 3 Mask a few months ago where we sat with the Bushman on the famous couch.
Right.
So if you guys remember that episode, we had shout out that location. So you guys can go to 3 Mask, go to his website or IG and support, guys.
Definitely support.
This
Gotta
is some
support
good
our
stuff.
people.
We see it in motion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to see that restaurant with all our natural foods, let's encourage him to
support.
get that going, because
Exactly.
we do need more natural things in our community.
Yes, we do.
Don't make it too expensive. Don't make it that we can
No,
afford
I
it.
want people to be able to afford it.
Yeah, make it so we can afford to come and eat there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're looking at $50 for a plate, $80. You know what I'm saying? We want
But you know the man got to grow the garden and stuff back there.
But see, I want to make it sustainable so that people don't have to pay an arm and a leg
to eat
good.
healthy, right?
That's true. It is more
Yeah.
expensive to eat healthy. That's
It
why a lot of people
is.
just like, you know, I might as well go to McDonald's and get this cheeseburger. You know?
Right, absolutely.
But
The
it
4
is
for
definitely
4, all this
expensive.
extra stuff you want for just cheap to eat
Yeah.
unhealthy. Anyway, guys,
Definitely thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Being willing to
You're
come
let
on the
us
show.
invade your space.
Yes, and we got
So
all
great.
these questions. And guys, if you have any questions for Paul, he's pretty cool, so I'm sure you can definitely hit him up on his IG and shout him out, and I'm sure you'll respond back to them and everything. You know,
Yeah.
but thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Letting us have space in your home.
So, guys, thank you for listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom, and we out.
We are out. Peace out.
Later.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Whoop.